well, long story. You want a long story? Why not? Okay. I went to university to study mathematics, physics, and chemistry. 2 months. I couldn't stand it. The lecture halls were huge. There were hundreds of people, men, no women. And the lecturer was down there like this. He was very tiny. I just couldn't. So I left school and I went into the theater. Theater was great. I met a lot of really, really, really great people. But then I met my husband and I had kids. And that slowed things down. But after the kids went to school, then I sat down and I thought, what am I going to do now? So I did the 30-day jar thing, where every day you take a little slip of paper and you write on it what you want to do, anything, and you stick it in the jar. And after 30 days, you empty it out and you go, animation. Yeah, that was the biggest pile. So then I get my telephone book and I look at all the animation companies. And I start calling them up. And they say, oh, very nice. Good luck. Goodbye. Same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. And then I found a guy who said, come on down. And he said, you should make a storyboard. So I said, what's a storyboard? I don't know. He told me what it was. I went, I made a storyboard. I came back. He said, you should make a film. I said, oh, how do I do that? And he told me, it's easy, cutouts. Cutout animation is nothing to it. And then he said, you can use my camera. And he was just great. He just made my whole film for me. He took the negative and the sound, and that was great. Got me a print. And that's what started me. Well, it's a very short hockey game, complete hockey game with 3 periods and a goal at the end. Everybody's very happy. In Canada, we think that hockey is our game. And everybody knows somebody who does something about hockey. And there's a famous Canadian poet called Al Purdy. He says, hockey is something between ballet and murder. So what I've done, I think, is a bit closer to the ballet part. Everybody in Canada watches. Well, not everybody, okay. Most people watch on TV, or they go to the arenas, or they have a son or a father or a brother or somebody. But when I went, I was never interested in the game. I was interested in the soundscape. And when I conceived of this project, I thought what I wanted to do was to give visual aspects to the sounds of a hockey game. But then I also wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to give sound to the visual aspects. And that was a little harder. And the reason I called it hockey is a very funny spelling, capital H-A apostrophe A, and then a little K and a little I. And that's kind of phonetic for an Estonian, which is my background. And it also was to remind me while I was making this film that although I wanted to make, a little hockey game, I wanted it to be, a little distant, like a little poetic. So it was how I focused on what I was hoping to achieve.